Oh, I need to get that working. There we go. Okay, perfect. Shift that just a little bit. Get that in line properly. Doesn't want to let me, so it doesn't matter. Okay, all right, let's get started. Yeah, how you doing, Mara? How's practice been going? We were discussing in your message recently in the ticket some slight shift in focus of the lessons. Yeah. Ooh, hello.
Yeah, I think it's been going pretty well. Oh, sorry, am I coming through?
Yeah, no, it's okay now.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's been going pretty well. Pretty much the only thing I feel like I am still struggling on that we were working on before is the same shift into M2. But I feel like I'm still making slow progress on that, so we'll keep working on that.
Okay, no worries.
And yeah,
Okay,
I
so
think
oh, go on.
like we discussed in the yeah, I think like we discussed in the ticket, I think I would like to maybe focus a little more on completing a voice, I guess, instead of just going all over the place.
Yeah,
Like
sure,
I have
sure.
been, I guess.
Okay. Should we? Okay, because we discussed a clip that you were wanting to compare to move close towards your goals for an androgynous voice. Do you want me pushing you in that direction, or do you want me pushing you towards uh, like a more focused curriculum that is built for like just voice totality, like a sort of voice omnization or whatever? Basically, your two options are going to be I'll either pushing you in a particular direction, or it'll be more like when we're addressing size, for example, we just address the entire scope of size, and each time we go through something, we just go through its entire scope. Which would you prefer as an approach?
Huh. I think I think maybe the full scope thing would be more
Yeah,
helpful actually.
yeah, let's do that then. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, okay, let's have a little discussion on that first. Actually, no. Okay, we'll do some warm ups, and then I'm gonna have another just explore of your voice and where things are currently at. Okay. All right. So let's go through some lip trills. If you want to just follow my lead. Good. Okay. Don't try to. I feel like you're possibly trying to resist the M2 there. Let yourself slide into M2 nicely. Um, if there's a hard break, that's completely fine. I don't care about hard breaks. Just allowing yourself to reach that M2 point. Okay.
Yeah.
yourself going into M2 there? It sounds like we're just staying in M1, but you'll possibly have a better.
Yeah, that is pretty much the issue I've been having. Is I am struggling to. I feel like I'm struggling to operate in M2 at all, unless I start there. So yeah, with lip trails, I'm struggling to slide into M2, and like even if I just like slid up, did a pitch slide up, it struggles to shift into M2.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Can we try literally just a backwards lip trill? Because you're saying you find it easier when you start in M2. So let's just see what happens if we start there, and let's see if I can help you with coming back again. So instead of going how we were before, we'll just do like max pitch range for these because we were about there anyway. But we'll do them a couple of times just to use them to tackle this as well. And it'll extra warm you up, I suppose. Okay. Try again. Bounce on M2. Try stretching that M2 lower. See how low you can go while staying in M2. I just want to see what happens. Try again.
I'm struggling to get into M2 at all.
We're struggling in controls. Okay, let's take you out of... Sorry, I don't know if that's making a sound when I do that. Let's take you out of lip trills for now. Can we go back through... I feel like I must have done it with you last time, but I don't quite remember. Did I do the like big exasperated sighs with you before? Like the dramatic cartoon sighs?
Yes, we have.
Okay. Yeah, let's go through one of those again, and I just want to see what you do at this stage of your voice journey. Yeah, so just as we were last time, the whole starting at a nice and high pitch. Similar problem. Tell you what. Do you have a pitch tracker on your phone or on your computer or something? Something that will give you a note.
Yes, I do. I have one up right now.
Yeah. Tell me what note you're starting on when you enter those.
From the side, right? Okay. I started around D5, D sharp 5-ish.
D sharp 5. Wow. Okay.
Too high?
Not too high. Strange that we are not... Like, I would expect you to be in your falsetto significantly by then. Like, if I do reverse, you can see where my falsetto starts. It'd be something like, it's around E4-ish when I start switching to falsetto. So you're like... Because it seems like you're almost about to leave falsetto as soon as you start there, which tells me like your M1 is going all the way into the 5th octave, which is kind of crazy. So
yeah, Charles yelled at me about that.
Yeah, you had a similar bit of feedback when we were speaking to Charles about M1 and M2. Okay, let's see if we can approach M2 from a different angle. I know this isn't the specific thing we're trying to address right now, but it's definitely going to be a useful thing for you to be able to use M2, just for like, if nothing else, just so you can warm up properly. And it'll also be useful in like certain drills. Okay, let's try. I'm going to jump around a few things, okay, just to see what sticks, because I'm going to try and take a different approach
Sure.
for pitch connection. Okay. Do you reckon you can just give a go? It doesn't have to be a good one, but a rough kind of Mickey Mouse impression, okay? This is me kind of talking like Mickey Mouse, okay? I'm just roughly going for this kind of a sound. Doesn't have to be good. It's just something to roughly get something going.
Sure, I can try that. I'm Mickey Mouse. I still feel like I'm not going into M2 at all there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really wanting that kind of a thing. Try it again.
I'm Mickey Mouse.
Okay, this one isn't working. We'll try a different one. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bounce around a few things to see if I can find something that will click.
Yeah, sure, that's okay.
Okay, we are an opera singer, okay? And we're going to try and do some really crazy, silly, like, stereotypical opera that is probably not in line with opera at all. It's been years since I've seen it, okay?
Sure, yeah.
I don't care what the tune is, but give that rough vibe. That's definitely M1 still. We're getting a lot of construction coming in, which is interesting. Try it again. Yeah, try it again. Let me listen to it again, please. Okay.
I feel like I started in M2 for a second there.
Yeah, you had a few bits of M2 there. Try again. That's what I want. That's M2. That's brilliant. Well done. That's M2. Okay, perfect. Again. Brilliant. Absolutely perfect. Okay, now again, if you want, play around in a few notes first to like get comfy, and then start sliding it down in pitch, and we'll see what happens. Nice. That's exactly what I want. Did you hear the little switch there? Where it went from M2 to M1?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Okay.
I think it was around D484 as well.
That's exactly what I want. That's spot on. You did it really, really well there. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's see. See if we can try the Psy again. We'll just try that first. Go again. I feel like I missed the start of it. Okay, small bit of M2, but we didn't start super high, so that's possibly completely fine. Okay.
You try starting higher if you want.
It's okay. We'll go into the lip trill.
Okay.
Just give me a rough max range. It doesn't have to be like perfect.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go back to the opera for a moment, and try to, if it helps, start off with your usual like whatever, but I want you to get to a point where you then do a full slide down and back up again, and if that goes well, try to then do the same thing but trilling it. Where you go again, starting high, going down, up again. Okay. Okay.
I feel like there's a much bigger break there. Okay.
Okay. All right. Lip trill version first, and then we'll go for that. starting at M2 because I'm looking for like a. Oh, we got a little bit of
Yeah.
a land of that there.
Yeah.
That was good. Okay. Let me think for just a second. Okay, we're going to stay in the little pretend opera thing for now. Being as that is plugging into something for you. Main focus right now is we're going to try and get that back up going nicely. What did you experience as you were doing that? Because you said something on it, but your sound wasn't amazing during it. It wasn't picking up very well. I think your mic was struggling a bit. I'm going to keep knocking that mic. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I couldn't hear it super clearly. So tell me what it felt like.
I think there was a pretty like significant break between the M1 and M2.
Okay.
It was just like quite abrupt, and I think it jumped like must have been A3 all the way to like F4ish. Like I don't know if that's a normal
I don't mind that too much.
range to break through.
I think it's
Okay.
something that if you care about, we could address in the future, but it's not a problem for right now. If you have a hard
Okay.
break, whatever, we'll have a hard break. Because that is just you going from M1 to M2. If anything, the break might be a good way to help you identify, oh, this is probably a location where I'm usually supposed to be having that switch. So having that hard break might make it easier if you just pick up on that. So let's go for it again.
Sure.
Yes, the opera
Same
one
the
with
trill.
down and up again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nice. That was perfect. Did you? How did that feel? How did you experience it?
Uh, yeah, that felt like an improvement. It still felt like the switch was a little rough, but then I think once I went through, it was okay.
Yep. Again, don't care about how to switch. At least not at the moment. It's not a big deal. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to take real baby steps in basically taking you out of opera voice, so that you don't draw that too much of a connection. Excuse me. Okay. So instead of going oh, let's just go ah. We're basically changing it from oh to an ah. That's all we're doing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay. Possibly a little pushy on the M1 there, but not too worried. We ended up in M2. Don't push super hard when you're in M2, just because I noticed you're doing it a bit there. Be like delicate with that
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Try to be like gentle. Okay, sounding good. Go through that again, please. Nice. Really good. Really good. Okay. And now let's try to do again. We'll go back all the way back to the start. Okay. Try to start from really nice and high pitch, like in falsetto or in M2, nice and high pitch, and like let's get like a high pitch for it, so we have a significant portion that is in M2. So like a full on like. Something like that.
I'm struggling to go to start an M2 again for some reason. It feels like.
Um, Try just to see what happens. can you do a phonated yawn? It's kind of the same vibe, like a. Almost. Can you start it from a slightly high pitch? Good enough. Good enough. We're starting in M2 there, which is one important thing there. Go for it again. Sorry, it's like making me yawn as a
Still felt a
contagious
bit pushy.
Pardon?
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It still felt a bit pushy to start off with.
Felt a bit
Like
pushy.
it felt
Okay.
like I had to push to get into yeah.
Okay. Okay. Part of yawn is to help you not do that. How pushy have you felt during the other stuff? From the opera stuff to the size to the yawn. Are they all a bit pushy or?
Yeah, I feel like maybe less so on the opera. But I feel like my M2 in general is a bit like I don't know if like it's kind of weak and hard to get out, so I always feel like I kind of have to push to keep it stable, even if I'm trying not to.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like I'd have to like I don't know strengthen my M2 or something, or if that's just like the sinking thing.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a strengthening thing. I think it's more of a technique thing. Because I don't like a strengthening thing implies needing the extra strength to push more, but we actually want you pushing less, which means literally, I'm going to keep hitting this mic. I'm so sorry for the buzzing that must be coming through. Yeah, we want you backing off on the effort, so less strength essentially, going super gentle with it. Which is what I'm trying to find something that will intuitively do it for you. The usual things are struggling for you. Okay. Okay, can we go from within the same note-ish, or at least the same output is more what I'm going for there. The note can shift if it wants to. Can we go from our opera voice into what would be a sigh? So like, something like that. Did you hear what I was going for there?
Yeah, sure. I think so. Yeah. So sorry, you want me to do this high and then slide down with it?
We'll just start off. We'll just start off with this on its to start with. Just going from the operatic sound to what would be the starting sound for a sigh without completing it yet.
Okay. Just feel like I still dropped a lot in pitch there actually.
Can we also try? How high can we go with that operatic thing? Start off where you normally would and slide upwards.
It starts feeling like I have to push around there. It's not very high.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. All right. At around the point where it starts to push, I want you to try to maintain the note and basically everything about it. Try to not change anything other than turning into, essentially it's changing the vowel to make it where a sigh would be. So something like, moving it towards an ah, actually.
yeah.
Just a relaxed sort of a sound.
It's feels like as I'm trying to do that, I'm dropping.
Super duper. What happens? And I heard you trying to do it a little bit. What happens if you just try to not drop, like keep the pitch there? Does a muscle start coming in? Do we like start feeling something change? Yeah.
Let me try that one more time and see, I think.
Just let me know what sensations you experience as well.
Sure. Huh. It, huh. It kind of feels like I'm just, like as I'm trying to do the switch, like I'm just falling out of M2 almost. Like the sound is, like trying to keep it there is just making the sound cut out more than anything. Just
Okay.
weird.
Do we feel any tension anywhere, or is it just it feels like the phonation is going to cut out?
No, it doesn't really feel like there's any tension. Yeah, it just feels like I have stopped doing the thing that is making the phonation almost.
Okay. So if I was to say, uh, let's let that happen, just so we can hear it together, would we be expecting basically your phonation to cut out and it becomes just like air? Or we can test it afterwards, just to
Uh,
make sure I'm following what you're describing.
I
So would we
think
be
so.
expecting to go
Yes, I
something
can
like,
try it if you like.
yeah, sure, sure. So like whatever it feels like is going to happen, let it happen, so that we keep that pitch there, while moving the or to an ah, just so I can see what happens. Okay,
Huh.
okay. Interesting. I'll tell you what we're going to do. As homework, I want you to just keep playing around with M2 sounds and moving them in every which way you're able to. Okay, and just have an explore of your M2. Okay.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm going to play around with some more drills and stuff to see if I can work something out for you. This isn't the usual domain that I would be going through. What I'm seeing so far, or what I'm hearing so far, is or just to test something. Um, oh, um, hang on, let me play around with sounds for a second. Oh, ooh. Can we do? How does it? Okay, right now you're going for like an or sound, yeah? Oh. What happens if you try to make it an sound?
Huh. Am I doing the sound right there? That doesn't feel too different.
Yeah, it didn't seem too different. Give me an oh and an oh, so we can compare the two. So we want oh as in like a cat's paw, and we want as in under, I guess. Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, that confirms my theory. We're having a situation here where, for some reason, your oropharynx is affecting M2. There's no mechanical reason I can think of why it should be, which leads me towards there being a conflation. But I will play around with drills
Probably.
for that for your next lesson. Because essentially, or, especially or, as in like paw, that's like pretty much the largest oropharyngeal size you could go for. Like that, you're doing some oropharyngeal expansion for that. Is a bit of it, but not quite as much. A is oropharyngeal constriction or oropharyngeal closure, which explains to me why you're struggling to get over to there. And as you were trying to, it sounded like we were having some weird things happening in that region. So that's where I'm currently thinking. Yeah, as homework, just play around with that M2, get kind of used to it and play with it. If you can, play around with some of the sounds associated with OPC. If you don't push yourself too crazy with that, like don't hurt yourself basically. All right?
Yeah.
And when you are playing with things like that, try to like really just pay attention to what your body is telling you and what you feel, so that you can then tell me. Okay, not to try to manipulate any of that, just to report back basically.
Yeah.
Okie dokie then. All right. Well, that's certainly been a warm up, so I'll take that. Let's go through some of the stuff with in terms of just general voice gender things. So let's start you off with some weight stuff. Can you demo for me? Do you need drills from? We'll start off with like do you know my pitch hill drill, or do you want me to go over it first for a lightweight?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
I do.
All right.
Yes.
Go through the lightweight drill, and let's see your lightweight and see how that's sounding.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, lightweight I feel like is pretty easy for me now.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
And
I
just to
feel like
check it
I can
real
get there
quick.
without the drill as well.
Just to check it real quick, can you give me some lightweight and a little bit of role play? I just want to check we haven't got a volume conflation there. I'm at the supermarket, you're picking me up, and I don't have my phone with me, so you're just going to have to yell to like let me know where you are in the car park, because I can't see you. I've just gotten out of the shop, I'm like, where's Mara? She's supposed to be picking me up. So you're going to have to yell, get my attention. It's a loud car park, so you're going to have to give me like a proper like, hey, Zara, hey, over here, Zara, here, over here. Okay? I'm trying to keep that lightweight while like yelling.
Hey, Zara, hey, over here. Can you see me over here on the left? Hey,
Louder?
hey, Zara. Hey, Zara, I'm over here. I'm on the left, over here. Can you see me?
Okay, there might be some compression on that's making it sound like the volume isn't changing much. I can hear from the tone. It sounds like you're quietly yelling. But I will ask you, are you quietly yelling, or is there a micro impression thing happening? Do you feel like
I am not sure.
Would somebody in the next room be able to hear you?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah? Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Probably, yes.
That's fine. That's totally fine then. Okay, I'm completely fine with that. The weight stayed stable. Okay, let's do the opposite then. I don't know if you've done my my heavyweight drill before. It's similar to one in linguistics, if you heard that one before. Essentially, we're going to go down in pitch. Oh, you know what? Okay, run through it, and let's see how your heavyweight sounds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Can we bring
With
that
this
pitch
one,
up a
I feel
little
like
bit
I.
more?
With this one, I feel like I am. Okay. With this one, I feel like I do have a little more of a. I think Charles calls it a batch mask, where like I tend to change some of the other stuff, just instinctively, including pitch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tell you what, go through the drill again.
I do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go through the drill again, and when you get to your finishing note, stay on it for a moment, and then go into the talking. Okay. And make sure our finishing note is high enough that it is like a normal pitch that you would normally talk at.
Okay. think I dropped just a little bit there at the end when I started going into the talking. But if I can try bringing it just a little higher, I think, yeah. So this should be, I think, around C3 or D3.
That's fine.
And yeah, I don't think it's too much effort to keep the weight mostly steady.
Okay,
Um,
I'm pretty okay with that.
yeah.
I would say keep practicing it and see if you can get a bit more weight coming in.
Mhm.
But I'm
Okay.
reasonably happy with
Yeah.
that, where that is so far. Let's move to size then. Can you go through? Either use my big cheese little cheese thing if you want, or if you prefer big dog little dog, I trust you to do it right. Go through. We'll go for. We'll start with small size. So raised like this if you're using small
Okay.
size.
One, two, three, four,
Oh,
five.
pause real quick.
Um,
I didn't
yeah,
hear your
I think
drill. Did
that's
you
right.
skip ahead or did it cut out your drill?
No, I did do the drill. Let me
Do me a
check my
favor.
voice settings real quick.
Yeah, check your voice settings and also just whisper for a second.
Um, can you hear me here? One, two, three.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and
Okay.
yeah, settings should be. I can see your input sensitivity is probably correct. So check echo cancellation
Yeah,
and
the
voice
settings are all
recognition.
good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go
Yeah,
through it
the
again.
settings are all good. Yeah. Uh, one, two, three, four, five. Did it come through that time?
Not
Um,
really. But your end product is okay, so
maybe
I'm
the
not
cheese.
too worried.
Okay.
I'm not sure why that would be happening if your settings are all correct. So it could be something built into your mic. Do you what?
Possibly.
Do you have like a mic, or do you have something that's like built into a laptop or something?
No, it's just my built-in laptop mic.
Okay,
So
you
there
probably don't have
shouldn't
any
be
settings
any
on
noise
that.
professional. But yeah,
Um,
I think
okay,
I
I will.
have sort of gotten to. I'm sorry.
I was just say I'll have a look at that in the future. See if there's some settings that I don't know about. Um, yeah, after a lesson, send me your what kind of laptop you got, and I'll do a bit of research on it, please. Um,
Mhm.
okay, I'm suspecting there is some kind of built-in noise gate that is beyond just Discord. But whatever, we'll deal with it. Okay, and then large size, please.
One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, I've been working on a lot of the uh, things you gave me last time of not
Mm-hmm.
letting the oral space affect it too much.
Yeah,
Um,
I can tell.
yeah, I
I
feel
think there
like
is
there is
still
a
some of
bit
that
of
in there.
improvement.
I think there's still some
Yeah.
in there, but I heard significant improvement. Um, okay, let's try some drill layering then. Can we go through our size drill? Wait, is that how I want to do it? Yes, it is. Size drill first, and then as you do the phonation test, use that to be going into the heavyweight drill. Okay. Just to check with you, by the way, in terms of terminology, do you have a preference on terminology? Um,
No, I pretty much use them interchangeably.
yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. If something is more intuitive to you, like let me know and we'll use that. I don't care what terms we use.
Hmm.
Okay.
Sure. So I want to be going real nice, heavyweight, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. One, two, three, four, five. Um, okay, there I think I felt a little like I was running out of air. So, actually, let me just do that again.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
might just need to like because we've gone through a whole bunch of that. So just take breaths when you need to take breaths. Even if you need to like pause halfway through your weight drill, that's totally fine. Just carry on for where you left off, for the sake of breathing.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A lot
Yeah,
better.
okay. Is that good? Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
think I
pretty
jumped
good.
up with larynx a little there.
There's one thing
Okay.
I wanted to check on real quick.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. We have a little bit of using oral space a bit too much, and
Okay.
subbing out some of our laryngeal stuff. So we're creating sounds right now of like one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you hear that difference? It's the difference between
Yes, I think I do.
and oh. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Try
Maybe I'll give that a try.
try using the just see what happens for the weight drill. Try using specifically instead of or, just to see what happens.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I think I started off with more of the oral space. I
Mm-hmm.
think I've corrected that.
Yep, you have. You have.
I'm not quite sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you corrected it quite well there. Okay, I think this wants to be the main focus then. I'm going to keep knocking that mic, and I apologize for all the little sounds it makes. Yes, I think that wants to
That's
really be
okay.
the main focus then. Weight, I'm pretty happy with. I think keep practicing your heavy weight because I think you could get a bit heavier. But it's not to an extent where I'm like, that's just because you've expressed that you want a really big range, and it's like, okay, let's get you a big range. You're certainly
Yeah.
in a space that would be what I would assume most masks would be desiring. Um, the big thing we're going to focus on is the oral space stuff. So let's go back to the size drill. It's a little annoying because I'm not hearing you very clearly during the drill, but I'll just do my best from what I do here and from the phonation test and past that point. Let's use. It's going to be similar to last lesson where we're going to be bouncing between our different setup words and different setup sounds. So I'm going to go for. Are you preferring using a word, or are we going for more of a big dog, little dog sort of style where we're using like a pant or whatever?
I'm good with either. I don't mind either.
Okay, cool. Let's play with cat. Okay, that can be your word, and we're going to try and get nice and big with our cat. Okay, so it'd be something like cat, 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 and then we'll continue like this, where we're trying to maintain that large, like low larynx while still having a small oral space. Okay.
Sure.
Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, okay, I think I still started off with a little bit of a larger oral space, and I had to correct that after the drill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, my larynx also jumped up. I'm just gonna reach out.
Yeah, there you go. There you
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I changed the vowel sound there
go.
a
Mm-hmm.
little bit.
Well noticed.
Um,
Okay, so that's going to be the big focus here. This tells me that you're really trying to, or like your body's really trying to go for that oral space. It's what it wants to do. So we're gonna have to fight against that a lot. The big thing is just keeping, as you're noticing, keeping that vowel consistent, making sure it's a very clear cat and doesn't morph into a cot or a cot or a cart or something like that. Yeah. We'll stick with this for now. We'll stick with this for now. Go through cats again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. That sounded a bit different, but oh, my larynx has jumped up. Okay.
Partly you went for quite a high pitch there, which whatever, I don't care where your pitch is. It was a bit better with your larynx height until when you pointed out where it went a bit wobbly there. It sounded smaller in terms of your oral size, which is good. That's really what I want. Let's also try cheese.
Okay. Yeah.
Cheese, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. This feels fine. I think I can't quite tell with my oral size.
Yeah.
It does sound
Yeah.
different though.
Let's. Okay. We're getting somewhere with this. Okay. Homework-wise, I think I'm going to keep you on basically similar homework from last time. I really want us to like crunch,
Yeah.
really get this practiced, because I really want that oral size not to be changed.
Yeah.
I think the ones that are going to give you the main benefit are probably things like basically the closed words. If I head to, excuse me, the closed vowels. If I head to my IPA chart, I'll be able to show you clearly what I mean. Okay, I will just share this as screen, do a screen share, but I will also send you the link to this. Okay. Share screen. Oh, YouTube won't be able to see this. In fact, this might mess up a whole bunch of things for YouTube, but I'll show them it afterwards. Because we're approaching towards the end anyway. Actually, I've got a way better way to do it. No, ignore that. Okay, you can see that. What I'm looking for is this link, and I'll also send it everywhere as well. So there it is in chat if people want to open it themselves. Here it is for the YouTube chat. If you want to follow along, again, YouTube chat, I'll walk you through it after the lesson. We haven't got super long left, so don't worry. Essentially, you can see here, there are the, where is my mouse? There it is. There are the instructions, close, close mid, and open. My mouse has actually disappeared properly. Okay, it's back. Yeah, close, mid, open. This is basically literally just referring to your mouth, okay? Specifically more to the front of your mouth. So any of these phonemes, any of these are fine. Those are the ones I want you practicing on. It's easier to keep it consistent if you put it into a word. So like ooh, what has ooh? Good. It's not quite perfect, but ooh. What has ooh in it? I feel like there's got to be spoon. There you go. So spoon. And then you'll continue like this, having that lowered larynx. Because all of these closed ones are going to give you that smaller oral space. Now, in terms of your, don't get confused by the terminology I'm using. I'm going for a more closed oral space. If your oropharyngeal space is larger, that's fine. I'm down with that. That's going to be, what can we find for something that's closed and also large? Possibly. Play around with it. If we were to use like what would be like linguistics terms, it would be like a large embouchure, but having the actual mouth itself smaller. Does that make sense? And when I'm saying smaller, it's not necessarily trying to go for it being small. I'm just trying to separate these two variables, is all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want it to get larger on purpose, but like I don't want to hold it small either.
Yeah, exactly. We just want it to be so. In terms of the way I teach, I want the oral cavity specifically to be unaffected by the other changes we make.
Right. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and just when we're going for a specific thing, we want that specific thing to be in as isolated. We want it to be changed in as isolated way as possible. So when we're doing larynx height, it's just larynx height that changes. Everything else stays the same. Especially for you, being as you're
Okay.
going for a more, being as you're moving towards like just like voice mastery, essentially voice omnization, whatever term you want to use for it. Yeah. Any questions so far?
No, I think I'm following.
Cool. Okie dokie then. And in terms of like a progress update or something, you're pretty close. Like this is going to be you getting pretty on most of the gendered stuff. Like your lightweight was pretty good, your heavyweight was pretty good, but could get a bit heavier if you wanted to. But it's like 80% of the way there. Your small size is spot on. Maybe we'll play with some like hyper small size at one point, which will basically just be small size plus OPC. And large size is like, it's pretty close. We just have a slight conflation that we need to separate out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sick. Cool.
Uh,
Was that a question now?
Yes, Oh no, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, it's totally
That's okay. I forgot it. If I remember, I'll put it in the ticket.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that's all I got for you for now. Because I don't want to overload you with too many things. So yeah, homework is continue playing what we've just been going over. You can go for like a variety. Don't just go for the closed ones as well. Go for a whole variety. Because I really want just playing with a consistent change happening while they all have different oral spaces, so that like the thing that you're consistently changing is the larynx height. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, just play around with a whole variety of ones. Go ahead.
I did remember my question.
Yeah, absolutely.
So aside from the stuff with my own voice, I feel like I struggle, like I feel like my ear training is like really falling behind.
Okay.
And I'm not really sure how to fix that, because what I have been doing is a lot of the clips, like my trans voice that you or Winter would give feedback to, I would, before looking at the feedback, like try to diagnose it myself and then look at the feedback and see how close I got.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm off a lot of the time, so like I'm not quite sure what I should be doing to.
Part of it's going to be keep doing what you're doing there. I think it's a brilliant way to ear train. Just keep at it. Another thing can be when you're going over those clips, try to, as best as you can, like do what they're doing with the clip. Try to reproduce it yourself. Remember, when you're trying to reproduce it, you're not trying to reproduce their exact voice. You're trying to reproduce the modifications that you're analyzing. Yeah.
Right.
Because it's much easier. You get a better knack of like ear stuff when you can kind of hear it in your own voice. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Like I can easily identify somebody's size because I'm good at doing size myself, and I have both my hearing is in line with what's happening. Does that make sense?
Subscribe to the channel.
Also, think this is
yes, that does make sense.
Yeah, so try to repeat it yourself. That way, you'll be able to like better hear it and stuff. Because it can be confusing when it's somebody else's voice, because there's all the other things that make their voice unique to them that isn't there with you. Yeah. Any questions on that?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No more questions.
Cool. Okay then. So we were discussing in the ticket bumping up to weekly lessons. So yeah, do I throw you in for the 25th? Usual time?
Yeah.
So next Wednesday?
Yeah, I think this week should be good. Sorry, this time
perfect.
should be good for every week moving forward.
Nice. All right then, perfect. All right, well, I'll see you next week then. Have a good rest of your week.
Me too. Thank you.
All right, no worries. Bye now. For everybody in for Discord, I'm going to be heading over to YouTube now. I'll talk a little bit about the lesson, about what my thoughts were, and go through some stuff and show people the IPA thing properly. So yeah, ending the public voice lesson now. If you want to join, you can join us over at youtube.com/trans_network. It's not just slash, it's /@ because YouTube has that as a thing. There. Okay, that should work. Yes, perfect. Okay, I will see you all in the YouTube chat. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, YouTube. Hello. Okay, we will stick it over to this screen right now because I'm going to pop to the toilet real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, hello. Ourselves over here. All right, so first of all, hello to the new people that are here. Welcome to Trans Network. Thank you so much for coming along. Yeah, also super huge thank you to that subscription we just got. I need a thing to retell me who it was that just subscribed because I was too focused on the lesson. And I don't remember who it was, so I can't thank him properly. I think it was Fren, but my brain has already completely lost it. So whoever it just was, super huge thank you. That's freaking awesome of you. In fact, can I just go onto my YouTube and will it just tell me? I feel like I get notifications when that happens. Pretty sure that's a thing YouTube does. Oh yeah, I can use this. Perfect. TDOV. How do I say your name? Tdov? Tdov? Well, first of all, thank you so much for subscribing. I apologize for butchering your name. But hey, Tdov, thank you for subscribing. All right, let's stick on some music and I'll go through what I was basically going through in that lesson. Okie dokie. And hopefully this should just immediately be like the right kind of volume. Okay, how is my volume? Oh, it's super loud. Hang on, that's not supposed to be super loud. Okay, there we go. Even quieter. Okay, that should be a good volume for you guys. Let me know if that volume is not quite right, okay? Cool, so yeah, my thoughts for that lesson were basically, I spoke to Mara offline through our ticket, because that's how our system is set up. So for people that are wanting lessons, they open a ticket with me in our Discord, and that becomes our private communications for just discussing things with our lessons. And yeah, Mara was basically telling me that their main goal is they want to move towards just full mastery of voice. And they'd suggested that sort of thing when we'd started as well. So I was looking at kind of refocusing us towards, well, let's just instead of me teaching feminization, let's teach the gendered components and just go everywhere with each one at a time. So that's why I just went through like weight stuff. How is the weight stuff? Can we have full control over it, both heavy and light? And yeah, they can. They're doing pretty well with that. So we move on to size. How's their size control? Can they go small? Yeah, we can go pretty small. Can I go large? Slight struggle there. Because remember that the vocal tract is made up of different chambers. Okay? So the vocal tract is kind of shaped like. I guess this is it. Yeah. Okay. Your vocal tract is kind of shaped like this. All right. You have this sort of tube. So this end is your mouth. Okay. There's your lips exits. Okay. So we have the lips, the oral cavity, like all of the inside of your mouth. Then we start getting to the pharynx, the back of your throat, and we start dropping down to the larynx. So all of these little chambers, larynx, pharynx, oral chamber, lips, these can all have like independent sounds as you change their sizes. So you can get sounding larger without necessarily changing the right thing, and you'll be able to hear it, the sound. So like if I try really hard, if I try to go really small with my larynx height, really try to keep it there, and then I try to have like a really large oral sound, it'll have a sound kind of like this, okay? Now, they weren't having that extreme, but they were kind of having this, where they had this really, really large oral size, while not quite maxing out their larynx drop. So yeah, that was the main thing we wanted to watch out for there. I want to make sure that we don't have that issue coming through, so that they can change their larynx height completely independently of the oral space, or their laryngeal size completely independent of their oral size. So yeah, that was kind of my thoughts there. We had similar stuff last lesson, so it's just we kind of just need to get that last little thing for them to then bring it all together for a mask voice. And we might also play with, once they have it as an independent variable, might then try playing with, okay, now we bring in some larger stuff, like probably some oropharyngeal expansion, to try and get all of what we could be after that. Because eventually we want to be going for a voice kind of like this, where we have all of that size there, we have all of that weight. Excuse me. Or we could even be somewhere more like this, where we have a much heavier kind of a voice, and a much larger kind of a voice. Yeah, just get like a full range of motion there. I think as well, Mara could probably do with some extra weight in those larger spots, to make sure we don't have that hollow voice coming through. And then, yeah, I think that'll be that in terms of muscularization. After that, I'll probably go into maybe some oropharynx stuff more targetedly. Like maybe we can go for like really, really small voices and try to go for something like this. I'd have to go back through some of that stuff and like remind myself, because that's something I so rarely get requested. But we can go through that to get all of that stuff. And then past there, it'll probably be setting a home up of exploring the spaces in the middle. Like maybe we start moving out of the drills and into, and for most people, I don't want people moving out of a drill. It's only because Mara has expressed a want towards full like range of voice. I want eventually for Mara to be able to go like where we have a full range of size, and like a with that full range of weight. Oh hey Mara, it's been frustrating for you that you have 3 voice configurations but none of them are complete. Yeah, that's fine. To be fair, I think your fem is getting, if it's not complete, I would want to know what you feel is missing. I guess later, after you get the core stuff down, you can focus on the more specific features for each voice. Yeah, like, yeah. when you're saying your so free voices configurations, I'm assuming you're going for femme, andro, and masc there. I need to move my camera down so you can see when I do things with my fingers. Yeah, femme, andro, and masc. And if so, like I would be, what are we looking for in femme that we don't already have? If it's like customization stuff, like not that you need to make it more femme, but you want to make it the kind of femme you want. Okay, I'm with you there. Unless you're wanting like a hyper femme, and that's like the lacking in the feminization route. In terms of like the non-gendered things, the long-gendered things also tend to be just quite easy to explore. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. Like pitch is easy to explore, breathings is generally easy to explore, fry is usually pretty easy to explore. Just play with them. You can have a little bonus homework there if you want. Like keep your focus on this size stuff, but by all means just play around with stuff and explore. Yeah. But yeah, I think my end goal for you in terms of the gendered stuff is for you to do those like and the and obviously vice versa. Yeah. Just be able to like slide around the different configurations, so you can have like your full spectrum, essentially, for each thing that you do. Okay, I'm gonna move. I need a slightly more zoomed out camera is the issue. I feel like I don't necessarily want more space this way. This way. There you go. I want more like, I want you to be able to see like slightly lower of me, so I can like, because I tend to do stuff with my hands like a little bit lower. Like right now I'm like doing stuff with my hands, but you can just really see my fingertips. I'd like that to be in frame as well. Maybe I just need to get used to fucking doing stuff around my face. I don't know. I gesticulate a lot. For you, practice is so much easier of an application. You read aloud to your partner a lot, exploring voices, keeping your narrator voice soft and clear, and all of your characters challenging me to explore. Then you had to work on it's loud and busy and oof. Yeah, okay, so for you, Fren, try to avoid like reading and like when you're practicing something that you just want to implement into your voice, avoid like reading lines or rehearsed stuff or anything like that. Just talk, okay? So a normal practice is going to be, let's say you're doing Fren, are you going for masculization or feminization or androgenization? What are you doing? Plus everything you're suggesting we do after this sounds like stuff you very much would be interested in doing. Yeah, sick. More customizations. Okay, that's fine. Your brainworms bother you, but you think core fem stuff are fine? I think so. I mean, it depends on your goals necessarily. Like if you're going for more of a Ziana voice, then okay, we have a bit further to go. If you're going for a different sort of fem voice, then not necessarily. I think you're getting just as much size and weight adjustment as you're currently hearing in my voice. And this is what I tend to go for. But if you're going for more of what Ziana goes for, then it's been so long since I've actually heard Ziana talk, because I'm too busy for YouTube. What does she even sound like? I just kind of remember the features. I don't actually remember what the fuck it sounds like. Oh wait, I've just played it in my mind.
Hey, it's your girl, Z. Yeah, okay, so she has more of a voice like this, where she has that really, really small size. And a large part of that comes from like OPC stuff.
Yeah, I'd have to practice it more to get it closer to hers, but hopefully that gives you the vibe. If you were looking for that, then yeah, we'd need to do a little bit more of OPC stuff. But that's just like one extra thing. It's not, but like, yeah. OPC can be a little tricky, more because it's not because it's tricky to do, it's more just tricky to teach. I don't think anyone, including myself, is great at teaching OPC yet. I haven't seen a good technique for it yet, which is partly why for people that just want like something more specific, something more limited, like they want to feminize their voice, then I'll usually start them on. It's one of the reasons why I'll have them doing the cheeses, because it'll bring in some OPC anyway. The other reason is to not conflate OPC with larynx height, because if you've already got a maxed out OPC from the word cheese, you're forced to move larynx height to get the remaining sound change. So that's like the main purpose, but it has the nice bonus thing of you get to have some OPC pre-baked in. And usually that's enough for most people. You'd like the range to be able to go up to hyperfem, but probably wouldn't be there all the time. Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. It's definitely something that we can and will explore in the future. It's one of those, OPC is one where like, once you get it, now you get it. But it can take a while for people to get it, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's also one where I feel like people seem to conflate a lot of things with OPC. Even people where I heavily trust their stuff. Like, you'll see me, at the end of every workshop, I plug Charles's stuff. I thank Charles for training he's given me. And, like, I recommend him, because I do recommend him. I think Charles is a good teacher. I think the linguistics curriculum, while mine differs from it in some ways, generally it's pretty decent. The one thing I do disagree with is his demonstrations of OPC, which I believe comes directly from L something something's description of OPC. Was it L something something? I think it was. And I don't agree. They kind of go, they say that this is like heavy amounts of OPC, this kind of Lulu and Stitch voice, and I would not call this, that's a completely different thing, in my opinion. Ohana means family. Like, there's some OPC involved, because it's Stitch specifically, but I could totally imagine it, like, removing a lot of that OPC, like a Hana means family. Okay, this has a bunch of OPC as well, but I could totally, I could remove a lot of that OPC and still have that same tone mod here. We have this feature going on. To me, it sounds similar to Knödel, but I'm pretty certain it's not the same thing. Kermit the Frog is Knödel. Hang on. What does Knödel sound like? It's been ages since I've done that either. Again, that's another tone mod that you learn and then nobody ever uses it, and then you totally forget it. Fuck, what does Kermit even sound like? I've just got frickin' Mickey Mouse in my head now, and Stitch. Wait, what is Kermit the Frog? I literally can't picture his voice right now. I'm gonna hear it and be like immediately like, oh yeah, that's Kermit the Frog.
Hi, Mummy.
Why not skip a sound?
Can I go over to Rosie's house to play?
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here, and hi-ho. Okay, yeah, this is Kermit the Frog. Okay, this is a whole bunch of Knödel, which I feel like is a very different thing to the Lilo and Stitch thing. I think the Stitch thing has some possible Knödel, but it seems different to me. Yeah, I feel like I need to explore it more, because the feature that gives Stitch's voice, to me, it doesn't sound like really any tone mod that I know. It sounds like different to all of them. Similar to Knödel. That's all I got though. Other people say it's OPC. I just don't think it is. Because like Ziana has a ton of OPC in her voice. She doesn't sound anything like Stitch. So like, what the hell? Oh, the Z voice was on point? Oh, thank you. Hells yeah. Yeah, I've had to practice that one a little bit. Because like, Ziana's voice is very different to what I would ever use. Oh, Shakira for Knödel? Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Okay, I like that one. That's a way more intuitive than trying to do a Kermit voice. Yeah, why didn't someone suggest Shakira when I was first learning Knödel? I spent ages on Knödel because I just couldn't. It wasn't very intuitive for me. I picked it as one of my projects when I was doing my training, just so I could try and get better at it, because it was harder for me. And because the typical way you learn Knödel, if mimicry doesn't work for you, is something called the spoon method, where you put the spoon pretty far back in your mouth, and Knödel should result one of the consequences of doing Knödel should also force a tongue movement, which will move the spoon. And if you kind of seesaw with a spoon, then like in a sort of we're using a spoon specifically because as this gets pushed up, this gets pushed down. So you make the spoon go down by raising the back of it. But like, it's not that you're doing a tongue movement necessarily, it's that Knödel causes a tongue movement. Kind of like how when you raise your larynx, it's raising your larynx, it's what you're doing, but your tongue will be pushed up because it's being pushed out of the way. Similar situation. Yeah, but yeah, so the the spoon method didn't work for me because I just have too big of a gag reflex. I literally can't put the spoon where I need to put it without gagging. So like, yeah, I wasn't able to do that method. So it was a lot harder for me to pick up Knödel. But yeah, I think Shakira would have been a good suggestion. Yeah. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? I don't know. Are there tons of songs about rainbows? I feel like that's not a trend that I've noticed. I mean, you're probably hearing more right now because of Pride Month. Yeah. I tried it once, never again. Oh, the spoon method. Yeah, it sucks. If you have a hardcore gag reflex like me, it fucking sucks as an exercise. Yeah, hate how it felt. Yeah. I get it. I got what they're doing. I don't like doing it, frankly. I want a different drill because it fucking sucks to do. Yeah. Yeah, no, that drill sucks. That drill absolutely sucks. For sure. Oh yeah, I think I went through all of why I was wanting to initially talk about the lesson there. Do you all have more voice questions in general? Or more questions about what my process would be on something? We talked about ear training briefly. May as well talk about that a little more. Yeah, essentially with ear training is really difficult. And a large part of I don't like a lot of people's ear training methods because, like, for example, excuse me, Celine's method is like not something that I'm like super into, with like me doing some voice changes and listen for that and ear train off that, like, because if you're not doing it in your own voice, then it can be difficult to pick out what's what, because there will always be other things going on. Lamau, it's a Kermit reference? What's a Kermit reference? Hated How It Felt? I have no idea. Oh, unless you're saying why are there so many songs about rainbows? Is that a Kermit reference? Kermit sings that line. Ah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Send me a link.
Why are there so many rainbows?
That's my best Kermit, off the top of my head, without listening to Kermit first. Yeah, it's pretty horrendous Kermit. Yeah, so I feel like ear training doesn't work on its own. I feel like you have to train ear in conjunction with training voice, so that you can hear the changes in your voice, and then start looking for the same changes in other people's voices, and in time you start to pick that up. It is really tricky though, because the tricky part is not identifying that sound change, but identifying it in other people's voices and ignoring the bits that make it their voice, and picking up on the variable in isolation to all the rest of their voice. It's easier in the extremes, and that can help to start someone off, but as you get to people that are more in grey areas, it gets harder and harder. Honestly, for me, Mara, it was just time and practice. It took a long time for me to get good with my ear training, and it's just kind of keep doing a lot of what you're doing, and I'll add the addition of bringing your own voice into it to help you attune better. Alright, let's check out this Kermit thing that you're on about. You've piqued my curiosity. YouTube. Accept all. I need to close this. Minimize that. Kermit. Rainbows. That'll do. Rainbow song. There you go. That seems to be doing a thing. Whoa. What the heck? Oh. Just getting everything off my screen so that I can do the thing. Okay. Boo. Check this out. Alright, what the heck is this? I hope I don't get copyright for this.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side?
Whoa, why is my camera flat?
Rainbows are vision.
Okay, that's all you get because I'm worried about copyright. And that's just popped into my head. I get the reference now. There you go. Whoa, that's not what I want. Let's fix this real quick. What the hell? Get chat back on screen. Where are you, chat bot? There you are. You know what? You can see yourselves again. There you go. Camera. Why is this all screwed up? I was playing with a camera recently, which has probably caused that. That's what I want. Okay. Just shrink you down to fit back in a box. There we go. Okay, that's totally fine. And our music back. Boom. Oh yeah, the sound level's fine by the way, for everything. My OBS makes it look like it's fine, but music might be a little loud, but maybe it's okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, what do you guys think? How's the music volume, just in terms of our background music right now? You started the Kermit thing? I did start the Kermit thing, to be fair. Yeah, is this okay for music, in terms of our background music? Still working on setting everything up. And I've also like changed my mic as well, so like everything is, all the levels are currently like being set and stuff. Woo yay. Are you guys just like super behind? There's no way you guys are like just getting to Kermit now. I would explain a lot if you guys are super behind. You know what? Let's test our delay real quick. Has something caused us a huge amount of delay? Okay. I am going to say a word after a little countdown, and then you're going to type out that word, okay? Actually, no, have it typed out first. Yeah, okay, just type in number 1, but don't press enter yet, okay? Have it ready, and as soon as I say to do so, hit enter, and then we'll start counting, okay? So, alright, you ready? Hit enter now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, it's a big delay. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I hope some of you guys actually sent something, because otherwise this is like an insane delay. You think it's good for... Oh my gosh, wait, you're only there? Okay, you must have a massive delay. I'm just realizing we're in a... You're like minutes behind. What the hell? Okay, let me just check my settings. Why are you so far behind? Chat, get back on my screen. You're like super freaking behind. Yes, Matt. Oh my gosh, you're so behind. I stopped counting ages ago. Yikes. I think you're legit like a minute plus behind. Okay, gee whiz. I like gave up on counting. I thought you like were just not listening to me. Damn, that's an enormous delay. Why is that happening? What an enormous delay, what the hell? Jeez. That's nuts. I think you're legit like 1 or 2 minutes behind. Which is too big. It's hard to chat with chat when it's that huge of a delay. Because you have to like wait like 2 minutes of like dead sound before I respond to you. Can I not just go onto my stream settings or whatever? Do I really have to stop streaming just to go into like, what are my settings right now? That's nuts. Yeah, so the delay is me seeing it, but that can also, like, the delay is somewhere in OBS basically. Because like it is me seeing it, but that's the same thing as the information getting to you, you responding, and it getting back to me. Like that is the total thing. Okay, here's a plan. I'm gonna stop the stream, but I'm gonna immediately start it again. So just like wait like 5 seconds,